Hello folks, my name is David Edgar. I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I'm joining you tonight to talk about Rangers 1-0 victory over Osijek in Croatia tonight in the second qualifying round for the Europa League. And what a very good victory it was for us. Another clean sheet, a third in 3 matches, which obviously is a hell of an improvement on last season when I think we only kept 14 all season. But to get the away goal was absolutely vital. That was always going to be the key thing for us. But to come away with a victory on top of that, I'm over the moon. And look, I've been among those who've been criticising Alfredo Morelos, but when he plays like that, you remember why we all fell in love with him in the first place. That was an excellent performance. His goal aside, it was a good goal. Short corner work to James Tavernier, who fired in a lovely ball. Alfredo Morelos stooped and guided a nice wee glancing header in at the far corner, and even more encouragingly, if he hadn't been there to put it away, there were 2 or 3 Rangers players coming in behind him. It was a great move. But everything about his game tonight was what you want from him. His hold-up play was excellent. I thought he fought their defenders. I mean, that's the way I would put it. He occupied their defenders all night. He was up front on his own for long periods of that match, but he really got stuck in. He looked leaner. He looked hungry. Honestly, chalk and cheese from the Scoopy performance of a week ago, or a week and 2 days ago, when he just didn't look interested. And you have to think that's the manager's influence. You have to think that's the manager has either put the arm round him or parted his balls, and whatever it was, it worked. Because that was excellent. That's exactly what we want to see from Alfredo. So you saw the goal, what it meant for him in terms of his confidence. He was taking men on in the second half. It's been so long since we've seen that, and that kind of the way he does, where he just drives right at players. He's not the most technically gifted player in the world, but when he does that, he's very difficult to handle, and we saw that tonight. So well done to him. I thought the whole team fought very well. There's still a long way to go. I don't think anyone is going to try and pretend that it was a scintillating performance. It was very much a professional European display where we got our away goal and then we made sure that, look, if we can't make this any better, for goodness sake, we're not going to make it any worse. And I thought Rangers played with a professionalism and a calmness and an endeavour that was great to watch. I thought that everybody contributed, even if it was just work rate, even if maybe for the attacking players it's still not quite clicking yet for some of them. But I think you can still see, though, that they all were given a job to do and they done it. They did it manfully. I thought that was absolutely terrific to watch. And look, this is a win for a Scottish team in Croatia. That's a cracking result. Any era of modern European football, that's a cracking result for us. The Osijek last year at this stage knocked out PSV Eindhoven. That's the first time they haven't scored in a European tie at home since 2000. They're a decent side. Nobody's pretending that they're wonderful top European side, but these are the games that Scottish teams have come a cropper on a lot recently. And look, 12 months, the ghost of Progress Niederkorn lingers until we clear it, and it's by getting results like that and putting us in a position to get through to the next round that will do that. So the new players that came in tonight, I thought the Heart and Hand's own Lasana Koulibaly, sponsored by us, of course, on Heart and Hand on Patreon. And when I say us, I mean you, the subscribers to Patreon. You're the guys who are helping. So that was your display tonight, and you should be able to phone them up now and say, I part own a bit of you now because I sponsor you. So well done. This is what I want you to work on in your game next week. But I thought it was terrific. Loves a tackle, and that 50-50 at the end when he just smashed into the boy. That was magic. Great to see. The manager said afterwards that's him after one game. Imagine him after 5 or 6. So he's excited, and if Steven Gerrard's excited by a midfield player, I'm excited. So really looking forward to seeing how he develops. But special word of praise I thought to Ryan Kent, who only arrived up on Sunday, with the brilliant line from the manager, asked about his fitness. He said, a few weeks with Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool in pre-season, he'll be fine. And I think that's probably true. But I like a winger that will take his man on. If he doesn't beat him, still looks for the ball and does it again. Because, especially at Ibrox, you'll get people going, for fuck's sake, if you don't do it. But they remember later on the times you did get by him, and he kept doing that. But I was really impressed with him back the way as well. I thought he put in a real shift, and you don't always expect that from when you hear, young loanee from winger from a top youth academy in England. And I thought he was really excellent tonight. I thought the 2 centre-backs were superb. Really impressed with Connor Goldston so far in general. He looks a real leader. But I thought Big Katic did exactly what we needed him to do tonight. thought the full-backs were a bit ropey defensively, and I thought that we saw the best and worst of Tav tonight with wonderful assists for the goal, but then some horrendous defending. That does need to be worked on. We got away with it tonight, but we won't be able to defend like that moving forward. Defensive in wide areas, I think we need to be a bit better, although I thought John Flanagan did improve as the night went on. But overall, just so much to be pleased about. It's a really, really good victory for Rangers. And I want you to spare a thought. I want you to all take a second, and I want you to spare a thought for the Celtic fans who drove 800 miles. 800 miles. Not to see their own team in a European qualifier last night, because that would be madness. What kind of psycho would do that? But instead to watch us and take a banner that said Rangers don't exist anymore. And if there couldn't be a clearer indication that Rangers do, and the fact that you drove 800 miles with a banner saying we don't, you dicks. But they had the banner taken off them by Rangers fans. I mean, who could have predicted that? And then tried to taunt us with a tricolour. And then paid money, 800-mile journey, lost the banner, and we won. So all that taken into consideration, a great result for Rangers. Steven Gerrard, it's about building confidence at the moment, and you can see what he wants from him. He said it tonight, it's not about great performances, it's about going there, places like that, competing, being tough to beat, getting the result. Sets us up now. We go to Ibrox next week, full house, everybody up for it, can play a bit of football, hopefully, can relax a wee bit. We've got that crucial away goal, and hopefully now, you know, Alfredo Morelos' confidence starts to tick over. It's good. It's a good platform. It's no more than that. Please don't think that I'm obviously just after the game, I'm over the moon, but I'm not sitting here saying, oh, yeah, everything's wonderful. You know, just because I've booked for Baku, don't read anything into that at the moment. Just because, you know, I've applied for tickets for the final and booked a hotel there. But it's about giving us a platform. We've got a lot of rungs to climb, but it's about getting your foot on the first one and starting it, and we're doing it, and that's all you can really ask for. So, congratulations to everyone. Well done to all the Bears who travelled. If you like these little vignettes that I do on here, then please come and check out Heart and Hand the Rangers podcast. It's on Apple and Android and all the various places you find your podcasts. But if you want even more Rangers content, if you don't particularly like the way Rangers are covered in the media, and I wouldn't blame you, then come to Heart and Hand on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Heart and Hand, where you will get usually four, sometimes 3, sometimes 5 shows per day on Rangers. All topics are covered, from ex-players to current events to, you know, funny stories about Rangers to supporters' tales. You name it, we cover it, and I think you'll like it. It's only $1.99 per month, so even if you get one show a week that you like, it's 50p per week. Come on. I mean, seriously, what can you get for 50p per week these days? I don't even think you can get a phone call for that these days. So please come and have a look. But if not, 2 free shows every week for everyone to listen to. Even though some people don't. There's a sad wee Twitter guy that watches all my videos here, then sends me things about how he doesn't like my Twitter videos. But you know, there are people who drive 800 miles with a tricolour to try and offend people. It's, you know, a strange world that we're living in. Thank you very much for talking to me, or letting me talk to you, and I'll talk to you again after Rangers' next match. So until we speak again, have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.